chatting is not supported. What's good? It's your boy Jungle J, hot and ready, live and wrecked. Changing one person at a time. We are your friends. Yo, if I had a fucking minivan, this shit would be fucking light work. But how we feeling right now? We're feeling a little iffy with the sticky on. Damn, I don't even know if I think I'm live on Instagram. Let's see. Let's see if I'm live on Instagram. I don't know if I am, I'm not. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if Instagram's really working. No. Instagram does not want to work for me. We just got back from Detroit. Yeah, Instagram is not working for me. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But we just got back from Detroit. And yes, I spent $700. Fuck. I went there. Look. Hear me out. Hear me the fuck out. Okay? I was like $90 for a ticket. I was like, I'll get there. We'll do, some events. First off, I went to go see a woman that I met in Thailand. And she's about 52. She's divorced. She's got 2 kids that she doesn't take care of. And she's on her own. She's on her own light healing journey and shit. So, that being said, okay. No one's in my spot. That's good. No, the homeless people back here? That's good. That's good. Looks a little bit cleaner? Kinda. Is it chilly? Yeah. Do I have all of my shit? Yes. Being gone for 4 days, I left all of my shit in the 24-hour fitness. Oh, left it there. Let's see. Was anybody back here? Yes. Somebody was. I don't know, I think the homeless people will be back here. Getting after it. Let's see. Hi, Tart. Still here. Oh, fuck. Fuck me. Okay. What did I get into? I wish I had my microphones to connect. Maybe I do. Hold on. Smells kind of like weed. Hold on. I do not have microphones, so tomorrow I'm gonna buy a USB-C to USB-C so I can it's one of those moments where I'm just asking myself, what am I doing, dog? What am I doing? I say I'm disciplined, I say I'm this dude that does hard shit, and then he goes to Detroit and spends $700 for 4 days hanging out with a woman that it was wholesome. It was necessary to reconnect. But do I feel fulfilled right now? No, I don't. I feel like I took steps back because I let comfort come in. I wanted comfort. I wanted connection, human connection. I wanted to have someone's story to bounce off of. I wanted to feel that love again, right? That is not something that is just obtained overnight. It's something that's grown upon through depth and rooting yourself into somebody and consistent action, being around them. And I haven't seen her in like a year. And it was great to see her, it was great to connect. And for those 4 days, a lot of intimate time. Yeah, that was solid, but I didn't meditate. I didn't wake up early and do my up downs. I didn't do any of that. I didn't work out. I didn't stretch. None of my self-love practices. I just fucking spent time with her. We went to aerial yoga. What else did we do? We went to an improv night. We tried to go to this sound healing. She did this Reiki 7 chakra alignment on me and slept in every day. Ate decently healthy, like a C+. I would say C+. I definitely had some oatmeal, Oreo cream pies. I had these like shitty protein bars, but still had eggs. I had eggs every morning. I had eggs consistently. That shit was fire. I was just in the moment, but I think I was trying to find something within her that I only can find within myself, which is that home and love, and to have someone be able to reciprocate that and rise in love with is just may not be in the mix for me right now. It's 2 women. I'm not going to talk to that transgender woman anymore. I can't. I realized that when I talked to her, it was more of a, hold up, let me set up my fucking tarp. Get my shit situated, and then we'll fucking talk to y'all. I had my, I don't know what the fuck happened to my chargers. Let me set up my tarp. One second. Charger I had my USB-C shit on it. I think I lost it. Fucking lost that shit. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Figure this shit out. This whole, I was just thinking in my head, this whole process is just chaotically good. It's just, now I'm gonna get out of this. It's gonna be amazing. Today, I studied a lot of. First off, let's talk about the trip. So I went there. I spent $90 on the flight, and then I spent $160 on the apartment that we stayed at for 4 nights. I think it was 5 nights. Yeah. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Yeah, 5 nights. $155. So you divide that up, $30 a night. Should be fire. We got there, right? First off, she picked me up from the airport, and it was so good to see her though. Yeah, she can tell stories now. She knows how to talk, and that was something that kind of frustrated me throughout the time I was with her, because she was great at listening when she did, but man, she just had these stories that I had no problem listening to her about her kids. It's just involving me in the conversation was not it. I had to interrupt her to make that happen. I could have asserted myself more, but I think it was more because she doesn't really have a lot of people right now to connect with and hear her out and listen to her stories. Seeing her was just good, and she's trying to figure out her way back to Thailand, and she lives out of her car. She actually lives with her uncle right now, and her 2 kids are just with her ex-husband. But she came back from Thailand and just struggling on and off trying to pay for this car situation because she has a minivan, so she sleeps outside of it or in it. And that's been her is the whole thing. So I thought of the idea with her to create her own micro sleep lab, and this was going to be a lot of RV campsites usually have lots that people stay in, and having another car to be an experience, to have another room for people to come in and sleep in. Could also be another space of an area where she said you can make a couch out of it, you make like a living room out of a minivan, and you also can sleep in it. And then it also has like a sunroof. So she thought of the idea to like do like a daily rate and try to call these different whether it be national parks or places that have lots, and maybe just be able to work out a contract to rent out her car and do like a 70-30 deal. So that was just something she was thinking about. And then she was trying to make it back to Thailand, and her flights, she woke up one day and it was just talking about how I'll get $3,800 for a flight. And I was like, yo, I told you this 3 times. Yeah, I told her this 3 times to go on Skyscanner. And Skyscanner is such a fire site for flights. And you can find a cheap flight for $1,000 to get there. It's gonna be 50 hours to get there to Thailand, but we get there. And the whole deal with her is she's a light healer and she does chakra work, and she had her business, a place to stay out there. It was cheap, situated, and a community, but she had to come back. She had these health problems and shit for years. But she shared a lot of deep and traumatic things that happened to her when she was younger. She opened up on that. I'm very happy that she shared with me, and I have notes. See my notes. What I took from this weekend. What I learned from this weekend. Doing something for attention versus doing something for a cause. That's facts. Like, I think we were talking about, being in the spotlight and what's your purpose in doing so. And so are you doing it for attention, or are you doing it for a purpose, a cause that is bigger than yourself? And then I'm connected to the universe. Ooh, this is good. Something else we talked about, we said, I am connected to the universe versus the universe is surrounded by me. That's good right there. I am connected to the universe versus the universe is surrounded by me. There's a difference between I and me, right? I comes from a place of confidence. It comes from a place of positive energy and force for good. But me comes from take mentality. It comes from the ego mentality. It comes from, and I think the whole deal with the ego is to think that we're supposed to dissolve it. We're supposed to kill it. We're never going to. It's using it as a tool to then use it to our advantage. It's fire, right? It's either going to burn you, or you can use it to use it as a unlimited resource to cook all day with it. That's the way I look at it. And so I'm connected to the universe. I love that. And so I'm confident. I believe in myself. I'm going to change the world person at a time. I am going to be a facilitator, motivator, entertainer. I'm going to be the energy guru. I am a facilitator. I am a motivator. I am an entertainer. Versus, why aren't you doing this for me? Why'd you do this to me? What is going to happen to me? Like, whenever you use me, it always ends up you playing the victim and or consuming yourself with your own thoughts and your own beliefs and this righteousness that you need to let go of. You need to let this shit be, actually. So, yeah. We hold on to people when they die or before. We put animals down when they are suffering. We hold on to people when they die or before. yeah, we were talking about death, and yeah, these conversation topics we were having. She's very open to. She has no problem diving into that space, which I really appreciate. It's really cool. But yeah, we say we hold on to people before they die, or when they die, or before. But dogs we put down when they're suffering. So it's almost to the degree of like, if someone is a human, you're like 90 and just fucking that's you in the bed. When is the right time to still be here? We can't talk about sex for you. You can't come. Yeah, we watched the Vagina Chronicles. She said she wanted to starve narcissists, and it was just this whole thing. And so, we have the Vagina Diaries. I don't want to say that on here. That's what we watched, but it's talking to a woman about her sexual center. And it's very interesting. I don't want to talk about that because I'm trying to get made. How do you have a sense of humor in an argument? Grief is where love doesn't have a place to go. And whenever you're in an argument, how can you make it so it's still meeting someone in a place of love? And I think that makes it humorous. I think it's very good. Grief is where love doesn't have a place to go. Man, I know what that's like. That's how I felt in the boat. That's what I felt like I allowed to be lost within myself. Well, it's like you're trying to find that love to put it in a place where it was before. So rising in love, the whole point and why it hurts so much to lose someone is because that love that was a mirror for you. You had a place that reflected the inner nature that was yourself, and you could bring it out to someone to really see fully. And when someone's not seeing that and appreciating that, hearing that from what you've done so well to be able to reciprocate that back into somebody else, you just feel like, damn, where'd that shit go? Damn, I really had the opportunity for someone to see it and feel it and taste it. And you try to do everything to get it back, and then you force it. And I felt like a part of me forced, and then force it. Right. There's some questions that I studied all day today, pretty much. I was just reading. I was reading a lot. And it says, let's see if these questions, here it is. We're talking about body count, and so this is, we'll get to that. But something you need to ask yourself, whether it's a new person you see or a person that you're consistently seeing, is this: whether the past person with the past people they were with, or your time and energy with them now. Meaning, whether they learned anything or you learned anything from the experience, whether they handled, I made a book reference. It's like the book is a person. Whether they handled the book with care, if you handled each other with care, whether they chose, or you both chose, to be intentionally or impulsive, whether they respected boundaries, or you both respected boundaries, whether they grew from the story, whether they left a positive impact behind, or you both left a positive impact beyond each other, whether you can sustain connection, whether both can communicate with clarity or operate from a place of trauma and purpose. So I think the sustaining connection is going to be hard because she's long distance, and honestly I don't see myself doing that, and I feel like I did act impulsively going out there, but I But everything else I learned, all the things I'm mentioning now, I handled it with care. I respected boundaries, and did we grow from each other's stories? I don't know. That's a question mark and a half. I don't know if I can say I can say that I learned, but did it add more to the purpose of, did it operate from trauma or purpose? Part of it's kind of not from trauma, but just from, yeah, like grasping on to wanting something. And so yeah, I think some of it was impulsive, and I feel like, did it add to the story, both of ours? Maybe it just created space that we both needed in that time. And it didn't feel as purposeful. It didn't even feel like it was from trauma, but I guess the purpose was trying to go into it. We did aerial yoga, we did some improv. Well, we went to an improv show, which is very interesting. It's just very interesting. It's just on the go, on the fly, thinking of different things creatively and just acting it out with someone. It's very interesting. But we sat for a day and a half and just watched Special Forces. But I didn't do any of my self-love practices, honestly. But I know I don't, for what gives me purpose and a direction, it had nothing to do with her and the decisions that I made. I made those decisions not to wake up, to fucking eat slight desserts and not meditate, and do any of my self-love practices. I won't be doing that again. Because coming back now, it's like it's needing to, it feels like it just paused time to what it feels like take a break, but it cost you so much, like financially, like $700. So I spent $250, and then boom, I needed a flight back. So that was a flight, and so I had to get a flight to Houston, which I just went, and then a $30 bus ride here. So that was $180. So we're talking, that's fucking almost $450 right there. And then the other $250 was on site food for her and events that we did. Yeah, food and events. It's crazy how 700 is just gonna go like that, bro. Fuck. Need some water. I'm thirsty. Yeah, we had some intimate time, so that was good. And I knew that was part of, we both knew that wasn't the case of what we were gonna have happen. I haven't been with anybody in like a month, but yeah, I felt like, what creates something that's sacred, right? That's what we're talking about here. Let's talk about it. What up? Okay. bring my whole self to the moment? That's a good question. Was it anchored and was it intentional? Slightly performative. Yeah. When you meet the moment with all of you, I don't think it was coming with all of me. Yeah, I don't think it was coming from a place of meaning or it was integrity. Yeah, it was integrity. Did I feel alive in a short period of time? This is really what it means. If it's something sacred or not. Performative or out of habit or fear. A little bit of fear. Because, I mean, she's 52 and I was kind of just shooting up the club. But there's like less than a 1% chance that anything can happen because of her having kids. So that was a little bit of fear, but was it numb? I did feel a little disconnected, rushed. I didn't feel, I tried to be as slow and make it embodied, and I did feel a little disconnected from her because there was times where I wasn't fully there. I was just trying to get to the moment of it was rooted in love, truth. Yeah, it was rooted in love, I would say. Truth, yeah. Growth. And I think there was some validation. Yeah. So it was a little bit performative, out of fear. I definitely feel like I felt disconnected at some points and rushed. It wasn't as intentional for me. It wasn't by ego. A little bit of avoidance of my current situation that I'm in right now, and I wasn't trying to seek control at all. Validation. Was it something I was connected, transformation, presence? There's definitely connection there. Transformative, I wouldn't say so. And I wouldn't say I feel whole right now. Because what makes something sacred is, yeah, something that brings. I did have a lot of reverence for her and respect. It was just something that was in integrity. But did I feel alive from it? I wouldn't say that. Did it have meaning? Was I fully conscious, like doing it? That means like presence. Meeting the whole moment. It wasn't met with depth. So I didn't feel like there was a piquing curiosity with us. And there was within a conversation and my connection as her being a really good friend in my life. I really do appreciate her when it comes to the physical intimacy. It just wasn't there for me. I was getting a little frustrated with wanting to express, but I just wanted to not express, but just be able to have a conversation with her, you know. And we were having a conversation. It was just, she has a lot of love and care in her life, but it just felt like she just needed someone to hear her, appreciate her, and see her, and that's what I was there to do. I think that some people, you just play different roles with different people, right? And it's not a people pleasing thing, it's just a social chameleon thing, right? Some people bring different aspects of you out. And that's why it's so beautiful that I can choose a relationship structure that offers that I can show up for different people with different needs for me too. And as of right now, my need is to fucking figure out how I can stop sleeping on this motherfucking tarp. But yeah, so we spent 5 days together. Just C+ for eats. I to have a whole dessert cream pie. We ate out. Financially, it was a lot. $700 later. 5 days, $700 later, I'm here. All my shit's here though. That's good. That's a positive. iPad and everything. And it's not as cold right now. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I need to go through gratitudes. I need to go through gratitudes. I'm not feeling as grateful for. Yeah, I gotta have my self-love practices. I can't. I realized I told her this. I said I thought this was a space and a time for me just to be soft with myself, because I feel my religion has been asceticism. It has been doing hard shit to make everyday life grateful. That is my religion. And I said to myself, maybe it's time for me to create some softness. Maybe not everything has to be hard. But I realized after this weekend, it's like if self-discipline and self-denial is the greatest form of self-respect, which breeds self-love, which self-love is the standard, then which is the self-discipline and self-denial, which is the self-love that I have for myself, that I know is going to be able to learn and grow and connect and be embodied. For me to become the person I know I need to, I have to be able to continually be not only the main character, but be the director and the facilitator and the fucking coach and the marketer and the production team, and you do it all in this journey. And fuck yes. I'm not complaining at all right now. I just know that this is the cost, right? It's you must do everything and clap for yourself until eventually you've done enough work until you've built your story up enough to know you have a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. And I'm working on that right now. I really am. I really am. So being back, gonna see where I do my up downs, get after it, get my life purpose. Try to figure this shit out. My TikTok is banned. That sucks. I have 1 follower. Holy shit. Everything I worked on with that TikTok is cooked, but I still got my YouTube, which is fire. Still got my Instagram. And yeah. Yeah, that's what I did this weekend. So she dropped me back off, and I got on a flight at 8 a.m. this morning, and got in at 10:10, and then I had to take an hour and a half of buses because I didn't want to take a $30 Uber, $40 Uber. It was like 45 or something, 50. So I waited until 5:30. Like, waited until like maybe 2:33 at the airport, and then took an hour and a half of buses, and I was just reading about body count. I was learning about body count, and I was learning about had some statistics on the non-monogamy and trying to remember those in the argument between non-monogamy and monogamy, and just reading up consistently. That was today. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna make it a content day. Yeah. I didn't fucking document shit though when I was there. I took two videos. One of her doing the Reiki, the 7 chakra healing, and then yeah. So Yeah, I didn't document shit. This has been my documentation. At this point, like the lives is just a diary of my thoughts. And I can just strip the audio from this and then cut it up. Because, yeah, I could have maybe documented more. Maybe. But, fuck it. It's crazy how that shit just went by, like. That was a mean sigh. But, guess what? You have the freedom. You're in a place where you're in a very successful place. And it's hard to see that, Jomo J. Where you can have the opportunity to have a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You have that opportunity right now, fully. And if this is what freedom looks like right now, fuck. Man. It ain't pretty. It's chaotically good, right? But yeah, I'm not feeling the highest vibration right now. I can tell you that. But I will wake up, put my pink Power Ranger suit on, stay consistent with my goals, and yeah, keep going live. And so I have this idea where I want to go set up a Groupon and or Eventbrite, Facebook events, and start this Jungle University direction. I'm probably gonna take this week to post and study and get back on my schedule. But tomorrow I might just stretch because there's this calisthenics that I'll be doing come Thursday. Like every Thursday at 7 o'clock they do this calisthenics group. And so yeah, then we go to that. Maybe yeah. So tomorrow I might just stretch and then do my process, morning process like I have been. I have my pink Power Ranger suit, my ski mask, so yeah, get back to the posting grind. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. I'm supposed to be going back home for Christmas. It's happening in 2 weeks. I don't know where I'm staying. I plan on being home for like 5 days, bro. I haven't talked to my family. I don't even know how long. I saw my sister in New Orleans, and that shit was uncomfortable. It was comfortable, and then telling her about my lifestyle, and then talking to mom, and to a certain point, she was right. She was, and to take her feedback is like, am I being selfish right now? Not talking to mom, keeping that connection, because when you have, especially your mom, I mean, my stepdad are kind of cooked at this point. It's like keeping that there is kind of not a thing. Which there's love and respect there between me and him, but to see my brother and my nephew, my mom, catch up with my sisters, that we're trying to connect. I just feel there's just a space of beliefs and values and lifestyle. It's just completely different. But it's like that with my brother, but there's a patience, curiosity, and willingness there. But yeah, with my mom, I just feel like there's definitely a little bit of cooked up slight feelings, but once I see her and get to go home for Christmas, it'll probably dissolve a little bit of that. But I'm not trying to make it about me. It's just that's why I feel so disconnected right now, because from my friends and family and everyone, because I just feel I'm in this solitude era where I'm trying to figure it all out, as we all are, right? But I just really am. I'm sleeping on a fucking tarp. Like, bro. And I'm trying to fucking liberate the non-monogamous world by doing up-downs in a pink Power Ranger suit and an orange ski mask. Like, it's just interesting. But doing these naked 5Ks and these jungle fever events. But right now I'm in limbo. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out I have to get the Jungle University ready. I think that's been the direction. I said December 21st. Like my spiritual boot camp's about to be over, and soon. Eric Godsey, I missed a class today, so tomorrow I think that's something I need to put some energy towards. Fuck. But I had my Jungle Flow cards, right? I was just taking blind action. Spent $1,000 on those cards. They sat in the warehouse, and in the warehouse, supposedly, first off, it was like $100-something for that shit to be sitting there. Cook that shit. I don't even know how much I owe to that fucking warehouse. And the warehouse is now being relocated. So I probably lost all of that money. All of those cards. That was an idea. Got cooked. So I don't even want to look at that. My credit is shit, so I mean I'm not even worried about it. I can't even taxes. I couldn't even tell you about my taxes right now, bro. I tried to talk to this one to help me do them, and man. I'm just ducking that shit because I feel like that's a fucking check that I'm gonna need to pay out or something. But I'm at $3,500 right now. It was at 6 like a month ago. I swear I was at 6 a month ago. I don't know what the fuck happened. just really don't want to go back on the boat when summer's starting back up. Like, that shouldn't even be an option for me right now. Like, going back on the boat in that comfortable Savory to the zoo is not an option. I'm in the uncomfortable freedom of the jungle right now. I'm trying to figure this shit the fuck out. She's not pretty. She's not pretty at all. Not fucking pretty. But what is pretty about it is it's my choice. That's the pretty part about it. That's the pretty part about it. But have had one viewer for 200 and something days, 245 days or so. Oh shit. Just gotta stay consistent, dog. Just gotta stay consistent. But I'm gonna pull out my can't change the past now. We just gotta move forward. It's not about what happens, so you react to what happens, right? That is right, Jungle J. My nephew still knows who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, but he does. He knows. I was throwing my pepper spray at the TSA. I just can't go through TSA with pepper spray. Get a bag. But we're going to work towards building this TikTok again. We're going to work towards continuously studies. We're going to work towards continuously learning about spirituality, continuously do hard shit, continuously post, continuously fucking get after what I believe is right for me. Continuously get up in health, take care of myself, continuously fucking just not gonna stop. Stop, bro. Stop something. Not gonna stop. It's that simple. Not gonna stop. Alright, much love, peace, Brandon. We love, energy, and truth is the answer to another question. Changes more person than time, and I'll see you in the morning. Alright, 5 a.m. CST, baby.